Hello Aquarius, welcome to a weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 26th going to the 1st of August. I am late and I am so sorry. This Chiron retrograde, I've been telling everybody, has been whooping my ass, and I really hope you guys are okay. Because I know how intense it's been for me and everyone around me, so I hope you guys are doing well. For those of you who are not sure what this is even about and what Zeta is talking about, well, Chiron has gone retrograde, and what Chiron symbolizes in astrology is the wounded healer. And what happens when it goes retrograde is that it brings up a lot of things that we thought we had healed from, but it turns out we haven't. And it's going to bring up some things that also were things that would trigger you, to see if you are triggered still now. And if you pass the test, then it's great. If you don't, then that's still okay, because you can learn how to heal from it now. Because what was the symbolism behind that beep? Well, you'll be able to heal from them now, okay? Just be very mindful. This is a really good time to be woke. A really good time to keep your eyes open, Aquarius. And I'm talking to an Aquarius. Of course, you guys are woke. You guys have always been woke. So I trust in you guys to pay attention to the details. Well, this retrograde is going until December, so identify and analyze and react accordingly. One thing I was saying though, this is not a great week for, and I don't even think for the next few months, I'm not even gonna lie, this is not a great time for impulsiveness unless this is an impulse that you've had for a while. Anything that needs to be done quickly, I would really kind of steer clear from that for a little bit, because I feel like this is a really for everybody, a big time where mistakes are probably more likely to happen, because we are all reacting from triggers and things that we aren't exactly knowing of just yet. So whilst all this stuff is being revealed, I think it's important to take your time and to observe a little bit. One thing I will also say is that I feel, well, for the air signs, and even with this whole retrograde going on, I do feel like we're seeing people's true colors. And I do see, again, like hidden knowledge is being revealed, secrets are being revealed, you know, things that we didn't see first time round is now being is being shown to us, and it is a bit of a shock factor. Some of us could be finding out some really interesting news. For good or for bad, I don't know, but it definitely is a shock to the system regardless of how it is. So I think it's important to take it easy, all right? Anywho, this is a great week for upgrades. I do see bonuses. I see us leveling up spiritually also, and maybe even in the physical world, which is amazing. I do want to pinpoint though a situation that Spirit was showing me, and it's going to go both ways. For some of you, it's okay, let's talk about it. So for some of you, this is someone else who is watching. This is someone else who is envious. This is someone who is it's jealousy, right? That's what it is. It's someone who is watching you intensely because they're wanting what you've got, or they're just very jealous of you and how you've moved away from what you have moved away from. There is just someone who's been watching you for a while. Could be a younger energy, doesn't matter who this person is. This person is never going to grow out of their situation. Very small-minded. They're like a child. I don't even want to talk about this person because I'm actually physically getting this person here. This person deserves no attention from you, and that's what I want to say. One thing I will mention is that as much as evil eye might be a thing, it doesn't affect you if you are strong within your connection to yourself, your connection to your inner peace, and your connection to the universe, right? Nothing can ever stand in your way of what the divine has given you. That means if people imply that, I spoke about this on my podcast, for people who are implying that evil eye can like ruin your life or ruin the blessings, only if you let it. That means that that person is stronger than God, stronger than the universe, if that can happen. It's not possible unless you let it happen, unless you don't have that barrier in place. So how do we have that barrier in place, Zeta? Well, you practice your connection to source. That is the way that the barrier, the stronger that connection is, the more impenetrable it can become, okay? And that means spending this week grounding yourself, spending this week connecting to yourself. Meditation, guided meditation really helps, by the way, if you don't really like sitting there in silence. You know, guided meditation really helps, or any kind of music will help. Really writing to yourself, understanding yourself really helps, okay? So doing all these different things are really going to help you out with within this week if it is someone else. Now, for others of you, what I was getting, this could be ourselves, and it's okay to admit that. The first step is admitting. We're all human beings at the end of the day. I'm not going to treat you like robots and saints, because we all know that we all carry shadow and light sides of ourselves. And for those of you who might be looking, you might have been looking at other people. It might not even be out of envy and, all that stuff, but without realizing. But when you're looking at other people who've got a lot and you're comparing yourself to them, and you're, looking at things in such a lack perspective, and you're like, I wish that was me. How comes this person gets that without doing all the hard work, but I'm having to work? That's a form of envy, right? And this is something that we need to come out of within this week. The great thing about it is, as soon as we see it, we are one step ahead. It's the people who are doing it without realizing that are the ones that are more in the shadows here. The moment that we are identifying the fact that we're looking at things from such a lack perspective, we can change that. And the most amazing thing about it is we can then manifest something more incredible. Why? Because we are now identifying the problem. The more that you're looking at things in a lack, you can't even begin to imagine what you can get and how limitless this universe is if that is the mindset that you're in. So it's really about growing beyond the mindset that we've been in. Okay. This also goes for those of you who may not resonate with that, but might be overly cautious about new beginnings and overly cautious about new people in life, or certain situations that have come up here. This is a really interesting time for the air signs. And one thing that was being mentioned was try not to analyze up here. Try to understand how you're feeling about certain situations, and trust your gut instinct. And Zata, how do I do that? Identify and acknowledge your body and how it's reacting in certain situations when it comes down to certain people in your life. Have you ever felt that, Aquarius, of where you're like get a really weird vibe around somebody? Well, that means that their energy is very off compared to yours, right? You're not aligning, you're not matching up here, and there's a reason behind that. Listening to your gut instinct, that is more trustworthy right now than our minds, because our mind, we're bringing up traumas, triggers and stuff, especially during this retrograde, and I'm sure there's other planetary transits going on that are heightening this feeling. But it's really important to trust your gut, because the one thing that will never lie to you. Okay, contracts and commitments are coming up for you guys. This feels like promises being made, and this could be promises being broken by certain people. But again, it helps us identify who they are in our life and whether they should be around us. If it's a no, then we stay away, then that's good. If it's a yes, then that's great. Do you know what I mean? It's never the end of the world. I think it's really important to understand that. Contracts look good around this time, but again, be very aware of this. See how your gut is feeling around these certain new beginnings, okay? This also felt like a commitment to yourself. If you are looking at things from a lack and you're understanding it now and you're like, whoa, didn't realize that I was looking at this in this way. This is a reason why my manifestations are being blocked. Now I'm going to make a promise to myself. Now I'm going to commit to the fact that this is this new world that I want to be in, where manifestation is totally possible, and moving towards it. Anyways, I've been speaking for too long. Let's talk about it. For the Aquarius, please. We have the Knight of Cups coming up for you, so it could be a love offer. Oh, definitely is a love offer here, Aquarius. All right. We have the Justice card coming out to clarify the Knight of Cups. This could be a Libra. This could be a water sign. We have the Gemini here as well. What's going on here? This feels like someone who is actually coming forward in a very balanced way. I'm going to see who this is. It feels new, but we'll see in a second. It did also come out with a Lover's card, so very much so someone who is very interested in us here, Aquarius, and is wanting to see where things go with you. The only issue that I see right now is how you're reacting here is the Eight of Swords, and this could go both ways. Energy is fluid, so understand if it's not you being cautious, it's the other person, because someone has a limited mindset here. Someone's a little bit blindfolded and a little bit too scared to go into the deep end with this person. Okay, that's what it's coming down to. Can we clarify this Eight of Swords, please? We have the Four of Swords. This is because healing is still being done. Whoever this is that's being overly cautious, I do definitely feel like there has been pain and hurt in the past, and there is a fear of this being repeated. So there's a lot of cold energy going on here. Now the King of Swords is very detached. Can I say that? He's cold, but it's funny because we have the sun coming through here. So this is a friendly face. Okay, but this is just someone, and this could even be you, Aquarius. This is your card, by the way. Now, you're very warm, you're very friendly, but when it comes down to this, opening your heart to someone who you don't really know very well, we've been there, we've done that, and it didn't turn out in our favor. And the Four of Swords coming through here saying that as much as you have overcome the worst of the heartbreak, the worst of the pain, there is still an essence of healing being involved here. Now, the one thing I also get, though, I feel like you are able to move forward with this if you want to, 100%. But the thing is that our mind is still not ready. And I think that might be the reality that we need to really kind of understand. It is based on fears, but there's a reason why the fear is there, right? I could easily sit here and say, Aquarius, just go and do it. But it's easier said than done, right? And if there is a fear like this coming up, then it's a lot deeper than what I can see it as. You would rather detach than to open yourself up to this person right now. Let's talk about who this is. Three of Cups. Well, definitely be a water sign. The Three of Cups is someone who brings in a lot of happiness. Could even be someone that you've met through any kind of social gathering, through a group of friends, through mutual friends, through colleagues and stuff like that. This is someone who you've met through somebody else. This person, though, definitely could make you happy. We have the Hermit, but you want to detach. Oh my God, Aquarius. Why is that the case? This could be a Virgo also. Ooh, yeah, you're really scared of jumping in. This is where that overly cautious energy was coming through. You're scared of jumping in and being optimistic and for it to turn out to be not that great. As you can see, the Seven of Swords is someone who is hiding something behind their back. So you're worried that there is an ulterior motive. You're worried that there is an ulterior motive. Oh, Aquarius, what have you been through? Because this feels like it goes deep, and I don't think it's just one person who's treated you this way. Now, this person I don't see is someone who will treat you that way at all. Again, they're coming up with the balance. This person's very fair, very just. You know, this person is very connected to themselves with the Knight of Cups, very romantic, very charming. This person wants to sweep you off your feet. The thing is, you're not allowing it. You're almost pretending that you don't see that this person has these feelings towards you. Because you're just scared of being a fool in love, right? Or in any kind of commitments. Again, this is a contract involved. Let's clarify. We have the Two of Swords. This is you wanting to make a decision, or needing to make a decision, sorry. Okay. There is definitely a need to make a decision here. You have one path that leads towards bigger, better things, growth, absolutely. You have one that leads to this Tower moment. I know some of you Aquariuses are going to be ready for relationships, and if this is the case, go for it. Why are you listening to me? But for others of you, maybe this is your intuition. Is this intuition or is this fear, Spirit? What can you tell me? Queen of Swords, Ten of Swords, Four of Pentacles. I feel like it's a mixture of both. I do feel like it's a mixture of both. Now, the Queen of Swords is very truthful, very honest. And this is you coming through again here, Aquarius, as someone who can see the signs. And if you have any suspicions about a person because of their energy, then this is a really clear sign to walk away. If you know, because you'll be able to identify whether it's a feeling within yourself or if it's a fear of them. This is asking for you to, as you can see, protect yourself. And if I'm being honest with you, Aquarius, I think there's some boss moves that you could be doing outside of relationships and love. For the majority of you, for those who I'm reading for anyways. This reading is definitely going to be different for everybody because it's almost asking for you to not give too much. Not give too much away. Can we clarify the Seven of Swords? The Three of Wands. Which is what you're anticipating, right? This is what you're anticipating. The Knight of Cups is coming up with the Knight of Wands and the Emperor. And they have the Nine of Wands. So this person is also very independent. If anything, I probably feel like they would understand. But one thing I don't like about this person here is now all of a sudden that they've changed. And this is probably why your energy is a little bit off about them. So I'm going to be very clear. This is not going to be for everyone, by the way. There's a lot of nice people out there, by the way. But it feels like through rejection or through you trying to find space and to put your hand up and go like, not right now. Because I do, again, there's still something that has traumatized you to some extent. For you to still feel like you need to protect this person. This is an old part of yourself, by the way. And in fact, I see a lot of transformation coming through, but you are still in this, you're still transforming from a certain situation that came to an end, that hurt you. But now that we've put our hand up and gone, actually, I'm just going to keep to myself for a little bit and carry on doing what I'm doing on my work, in my, routines with the Knight of Pentacles, about moving forward with life towards this Empress energy, which is this ultimate growth that you are going to be having. This person now goes towards this Knight of Wands and defensive energy with the Nine of Wands and the Emperor. This person does not like rejection. I mean, who does, right? But they've changed. They go from this like watery, green, loving energy, right, to this red. Now, this is their own thing that they need to heal, okay? And if they want to lash out, then we remove ourselves completely. And I don't think they will, but this is someone who is, there is a little bit of, if we're going to relate it to the chakras, they went from the heart energy to being vulnerable, being open to you, to now this raw, primal, base chakra energy, which is definitely a trigger. If we reject this person, they are going to be a bit triggered, but that's them. That's on them. Great thing about it is, though, it causes them to level up within themselves, and I think it's causing you to level up. So whether this can come back another day, great. I think the both of you need to heal something, and this is why this connection is coming in, so that you can heal. There is a mutual benefit involved with the Justice card coming through here, with the situation that's playing out. Okay? Because you do then have the Emperor and the Empress, which is a divine counterpart. Interesting. Interesting. In terms of work, I see that we're moving in the right way. Again, I do definitely feel like we are on the right track here. It's just this one situation that I think we are having to deal with. Okay? Aside from that, my lovely angels, everything else looks okay. Things are moving forward for you quickly. Don't dwell on the negative. Focus more on the positive and what you can make from the positive, because I do see a lot of great things coming your way. And like I said in the beginning, upgrades, leveling up. We have the Empress there talking about Venusian energy. So becoming a lot more unconditional in here for yourself. So a lot of self-love is coming in. But I love you. I wish you all the best. Someone told me that you've just brought a nice new shirt or top. It looks good on you. Love you. And I will see you next week.